Welcome to Youth Perspective. You ever see that guy, Little Dicky? Oh, that was a weird start. There's a new guy. I don't know if he's new or not. Hi, Megan.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
I'm so glad we're back.
Here we go.
This is great. We're back on the Youth Perspective. We are having fun, talking about ourselves as youth. We are bringing our inner child to conversations that are affecting current youth, affecting the world. We are learning how to use our new toys. We are, I don't know, what else are we doing?
Helping youth in Nashville.
Woo-hoo-hoo! I love helping youth. One of my favorite jams. All right, so we got the Growing Up Weird. Episode 2 is Growing Up Weird. Let's get this thing. Let's get it weird. Shoot, Megan, I don't know where to start. We're gonna do funny growing up stories. You got any awkward phases? Did you have? Can I just ask a question? Mm-hmm. Did you go with the braces thing? Or did you guys skip that?
I did not get
Me
braces.
either.
I did not get braces.
I had a retainer, and then I had the thing where you put the key.
Oh, yeah.
So it's supposed to. I get this. My Norwegian heritage brings out this big jaw that you see here in front of you. So the dental population knew the braces weren't going to do it, so they put that retainer in there. You try to jam the upper jaw to catch up with the lower jaw.
No.
It's a bummer having
Having to do the key thing.
Yeah, mom or dad had got to.
Yeah, open your mouth and go in there.
And then I had to do it with my kids when they had braces.
Oh, yeah.
Except instead of the key, it was more of a push down towards the back of their throat.
Not fun. No, I didn't have to do that.
So I guess the awkward part was not the braces, but it was having my parents' hands
Hand in your mouth.
right up in there. Hope they washed their hands.
I hope so.
Thinking about it now, I
don't know.
I hope I washed my hands when I was helping out Maggie and Jack. Anyways, awkward.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure looking back, you're like, gotta wash my hands
Yeah, I'm
before
responsible.
I do it. Yeah.
I'm mostly responsible.
But remembering it now, you just...
Yeah, I don't remember washing my hands. I don't remember a lot of things.
Me either.
I have bad memory. Anyways, whew. So we talked about bringing on a youth guest, and that's coming to a theater near
In
you.
the works, yes.
I actually saw Naomi in the hallway with her mom leaving the center the other day.
She had gymnastics yesterday.
Heading to gymnastics. Speaking of awkward things, what were your sports? You messed up on the sports field. I know you had softball last night, so it's not like you're out of the game. You're still in it.
Yeah. Actually, awkward, funny. I fell last night in the outfield, so that was actually quite entertaining. I wish it was on video.
Were you at least doing something? Were you heading toward the ball, or were you just kind of hanging out?
So I was playing right field, and the ball was coming, and I thought I was closer to the fence than I was. Ball fell between me and the fence, so I turned around to go hit the ball, and I just ate it. Eventually got the ball, crawling to it, and then threw it in. But it was... Probably would have made some money on America's Funniest Home Videos if it got.
Oh, somebody out there has got it.
Someone had to have had it. So that's an awkward / funny moment.
And then you reflect back to your youth, the 9-year-old Megan. 9-year-old Megan is feeling bad for that current Megan, or she's just hilariously laughing.
She's hilariously laughing. It was funny. My current self and my younger self are laughing at me last night.
Probably the whole team, actually.
And the other team, yeah.
Everybody
that was there.
A good comic relief.
That was funny,
Have you heard about Banana Ball?
Yes, Banana Ball.
Have you gone to a game yet?
I have not gone to like the actual Savannah Bananas, but I am going to. It's like the Fire one and the other one that's playing in Manchester this summer.
At Fisher Cat Stadium.
You had to like get into a lottery and stuff for it.
To get tickets? What's the ticket going for to get to this experience?
I don't know. Like they were cheap if you got picked for the lottery. They were I think like $25 or $30 a piece. But like I don't know if they're reselling on like the market. You can't just buy a ticket to go. You had to get into the lottery. But
it looks fun.
I think the Savannah Bananas played at Fenway last year, and I was
they're
sad.
taking over.
Yeah, I was sad that I didn't go see them because I think it's like a funny experience. But
I don't know how they the creators of this would feel, but I would imagine they've been called the Globetrotters of baseball.
Absolutely.
But it even feels like a higher level than that.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a little bit higher. They do very, very funny things, and they're actually getting like old athletes to come in and like participate in some of their stuff. So it's funny.
Back in the day when I was living the streets of Long Island, I'm just kidding. They were cobblestone. It wasn't that dangerous an environment, but they had this the Long Island Ducks.
Oh yeah.
And I hope, shout out to the Long Island Ducks. I hope they're still there because they put on a great product. It was, I would not surprise you to know. I don't know what league they were in, but it was some minor.
Yeah, minor league baseball.
Something off the thing. It could have been the collegiate league for all I know, but I don't believe it was. And it was just a good product. You were so close to baseballs flying at you. And by the, relatively inexpensive food and drink and popcorn and have the whole experience. You leave there for $30, $40 and you feel like a hero with the kids. And
yeah, you have a lot of fun.
This seemed way even better than on top of that.
Yeah.
They have mascots?
I don't think so because the players dress up and do stuff. So I don't believe so. But I could also be wrong because I've never seen them play. Just seen like videos.
What is the league called?
I don't even know what the league itself is called because I know it's like the Savannah Bananas and then they have like the firefighter team and then there's now
the firefighter is the arch nemesis team.
I think so.
If we're looking at as Globetrotters, good guys, bad guys.
Yeah, and then I think they also have like 2 other teams now. They keep adding teams to be able to make it like a more of an experience.
It's like when you go on the comedy tour, they're just going to keep adding to your team.
Maybe.
Before you know it.
You never know.
You're selling out arenas. You're laughing. You got any instrumental embarrassments? Do you play?
As a child, instrumental and not embarrassments, but it's funny. I used to play the handbells.
I don't know what that is.
It's a bell that you play in your hand.
Is this a regular old bell? Like a cowbell?
No, it's almost like a bell that you would ring for tea or something, but it's a bigger one and you play it and I have pictures of myself doing it when I was younger.
And is this a solo situation or are you part of a group?
It was a group. It was a group. Chorus. So I had a choice in middle school to either do chorus or you had to do band or then there were handbells and I chose handbells and not chorus.
Is this in Vermont?
Yes.
Okay. So it comes back to Vermont. Chorus was one option. Mm-hmm. Band. Mm-hmm. So everybody knows what that is. And then the whole separate group of handbells?
Yes.
So it would be a line of people and doing this ding.
Yeah, and we
ding,
like
ding, ding.
Yeah.
Do we got any handbells on the set? I think you still got the skills, I would bet. And you get one in each hand?
Yep. Yeah, you could just...
Handbells coming back.
We had concerts. Like, we had our own concerts.
Separate than the chorus band.
Yes.
And then the handbells. Mm-hmm. Parents would come from all across the nation.
All across
the handbells are back. Is it like when you... what's that movie called? Pitch Perfect.
Oh, Pitch Perfects, yeah.
Is that kind of environment? Do you have rival handbell groups? And you guys would do it?
I am going to be honest with you. I've never heard of another handbell group. And I apologize to any handbell group that's out there that I have not heard of. It might have been the only one. But it could very well have been the only.
Wow. I learn so much from you every day, Megan. The handbells, I would have thought as just the one person in chorus.
Right.
That waits for their moment to shine and then ding at the beginning or end.
It's kind of like the triangle in the band, right? You hear it once and that's their moment to shine. No, I have pictures in a scrapbook that my mom has made of me at handbell concert. We had to wear white gloves. Can't get the bells dirty. Have to wear the white gloves.
Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. I hope that you're willing to share that.
Absolutely. I would
get a couple of those pictures. This feels like the thing the world needs to see. We could bring out the handbell community because there's no way it was the only one in the nation, in the world. People are doing handbells.
They got to be somewhere doing handbells.
Wow.
You had to wear a white T-shirt, like a white dress-up shirt with black, like.
Now, does that fall into? We started talking about growing up is weird.
That would be an awkward.
I don't know if it's
funny growing up
for the handbell community. That's a normal thing.
Yeah, I don't know how big the handbell community is, so I hope it's grown.
Do you believe that now? What age would you say you're when you really peaked at the handbells?
So I only did it. I think middle school was the only time that it was offered. My high school didn't even offer it. It was just like a middle school thing, I
They
think.
phased it out.
They phased it out. It was then band or chorus, I believe, in high school. But it wasn't mandatory, so.
And would you say that there is a hierarchy of chorus, band, and handbells? If which is the coolest group?
Band probably would be the coolest, I think. Chorus, and then definitely handbells. But all of my friends chose to do handbells, so it was kind of like
it was a celebration of each other.
I'm just gonna go with my friends, and I have no singing voice, and I didn't want to play an instrument, so.
There must have been people that did more than one thing.
I think a couple of my friends did band as well, like played instruments.
Not limited to the handbell. They played the footbells.
And funny, yeah.
The other things that are involved, saxophone.
Yeah, a lot of people. The violin was a big one when I was growing up.
My young self, there was a time when my mother decided that I should learn the piano, and I was a little resistant to that, but I spent an entire summer with a piano instructor, and today, the one song I can play, Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Hey, it's better than me.
Play it pretty well. That was it. I didn't learn a lot. Maybe I don't think to this day I don't know. I don't think I could read music, but I can play "Mary Had a Little Lamb." So maybe if you get the handbells
we
out,
could just have a little concert with
play a little "Mary Had a Little Lamb," and then we'll find a soloist. I like to think that I have voice of an angel. I was at a karaoke place not too long ago. And I really think this could be my time to show up and get up on the mic.
Time to shine.
Yeah, I don't know what my song's going to be. Could be the thong song by Cisco, or
it could be
something that somebody would just really think, wow, I would have expected Shaun to sing this other song, but I'm going to come at him
with
from
something
a whole
they
new angle.
wouldn't even expect.
Yeah, so
I
can
like
take
that.
some practice. I'll get some video.
Okay.
We'll get out there on the mic.
We'll do that.
Oh boy, I'm just really picturing these handbell situation. Let's switch. Speaking because you were in obviously the handbell group, so there's no. I was going to talk about fitting in and like the how that's weird for a kid. I can definitely remember being an outsider. I would say my position growing up, elementary school, Shaun, top of the food chain. Felt like, wow, 5th grade, this is so cool. 6th grade, we had this thing called contract work where the teacher would assign the whole week's work. And if you were really motivated, you could do it Monday, Tuesday. By Wednesday, you're done all your work. Thursday, Friday, you're just playing. So now we're playing basketball all the time and just hanging out. Middle school, Shaun, middle school is a battlefield. Yeah, they get the hormones and the things and the complications of relationships and all that goes along with it.
Yeah.
And then high school, I think I figured out the track and field thing. So then when you were off playing handbells, I was throwing weights in the world. So I would say each of those people probably were pretty different.
Yeah.
And then when I took off to the grand place of college and everything else, and now look at the human I am today.
Yeah.
What a mess this guy is. But it's all those experiences that mount up. So the social pressures. I think today's young people with all the stinking phones and social media, it's so easy to access the bullying and the gross things that exist.
Yeah.
But it's also great to access the cool things.
Absolutely.
So how about you? What do you got for social pressures? Is there a moment where, and we're not limited to 9-year-old Megan, but that's your frame of reference, fitting in, and how is it different than today, Megan?
Well, I definitely think different than today, same as yours with phones and social media was so different when I was growing up. I mean, my elementary school, I don't think we had phones. I don't think I got use of a cell phone until my freshman year of high school, where I traveled for sports. So, like the social media, I had 10 to like minutes to half an hour to be on like social media when I got home from school, which at that point was the MySpace.
Whoo!
And that whole social pressure of that was your top 8 on MySpace, and you if you got taken out of your friend's top 8, that was where the drama hit. So social media is a big pressure today. I think my growing up would have been a lot different if we had Facebook and cell phones that had it and an easy access to bully someone, and it's a lot different when I had AOL Instant Messenger.
You are reminding me how we are now the same age. My first cell phone was after I had graduated from college and needed a phone because there was no phone in my apartment.
Yep.
Different times. Man.
Yes.
Different times.
Yes. Different times. So.
I do remember MySpace, though. I didn't really get into the MySpace.
Yeah, it was. I think we used it for a couple years, and then Facebook came along, so MySpace kind of just dropped out. But I do remember numerous tears and fights of being out of people's top 8 and being in people's top 8, and that was like this century's Facebook bullying was being out of people's MySpace top 8.
That's what brought them down. The top 8.
Top 8.
It's too much pressure.
Yeah. And then you can switch the top 8, and you could go from 2 to like 8, and you're like, well, what did I do
So
today?
even within the 8, there was ranking? Number 1, number 2, number 3?
Yeah.
Holy moly, that's disgusting.
Yeah. So people get new friends, new relationships, stuff moves around.
Is MySpace still around? Can you get a MySpace account?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't tried to get a MySpace account in years, but I'm assuming you could probably still get one.
It's probably on the dark web. Well, there it is.
There it is.
MySpace.com is still there. I'm afraid to click on it, but it does exist.
It would be, I don't remember a password or what I would have even had that back then, but it would be funny to be able to get on a MySpace that hadn't been used in years just to see what it was. But
You think you can remember your password?
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
It would be funny to see it, though. I should.
Is this the same time that handbells, or this is totally different, right? This is
close to it, because my handbells were in middle school.
the handbells. Were you so proud of your handbells that you think you showed that picture around? Like when you got that.
It was not on my MySpace, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, all right. It wasn't like your.
No, am I proud of it? No, but it was the best choice out of the 3, I think, for me to be able to just do handbells.
No, I'm not discounting. I think it's a great opportunity for us to bring this to light. That the handbells is a group of folks. I bet you supported each other.
Yeah, and I also
practicing.
Yeah, and I also think that into this like social pressures or fitting in type of thing, like that definitely was a big. Obviously, I had to, but it was a step out of a comfort zone type of thing for me when I was younger. So it wasn't something that I wanted to do or liked to do, but you had to. One of our blocks was one of those 3 things, so you had to go to something. So learning something new, and
I think Vermont's ahead of the curve. I hope it still exists. I hope
I
there's
don't know.
thousands of kids across the nation that have great handbell pride.
They could.
The white gloves is an impressive move that I think more people should wear white gloves.
Yeah, I do. You're not getting them dirty. It was fun. It was
Just wearing white gloves in general, how much more delicate you are with the world.
probably quite a bit because you're like, I can't get my white gloves dirty. Right.
Somebody should do this. Somebody call Spielberg. We got to make a movie about the handbells.
And
it would
white
be
gloves.
Pitch Perfect. Who would have thought Pitch Perfect?
I love Pitch Perfect.
I love
movies.
One of the best movies.
Yes, I
in
love
that
those
genre
movies.
of music,
Yeah,
not involving handbells.
correct. But it is a great movie. I do love those movies. If you're ever just sitting there and need something to do, Pitch Perfect movies are the best.
Now reminding people when we talk about our younger selves, I talk about my 11-year-old self. You talk about 9-year-old self. We obviously move the spectrum.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about some of our friends that we get to hang out with. You know, this show is sponsored in part by the Police Athletic League and Cops and Kids and all that. Can you think of what folks, why youth centers are important, the fitting in? We talked about the bullying, but that social pressure, I think it's a little bit less. but it still exists. Even in a great environment like this, there's still some underlying, ugh, I don't like that person, or ooh, that person's gross, or smells weird. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can remember the beautiful days of growing up. I think this is probably middle school when you realize that deodorant is part of your life. Mm-hmm. That is a bummer.
It is a bummer.
And then trying the different things. They pulled a fast one on me. This is young to, I would say, not too long ago, that I called my younger brother and said, hey, what deodorant are you using? And he described something I was not using, and I switched to that one. I said, wow, that's like magic. All of a sudden, the deodorant that I had used from probably the early days of the armpit funk to adulthood, they took out some ingredient. There was no...
Interesting.
They didn't send me an email about it. All of a sudden, I'm using the same deodorant, and it doesn't work anymore. Now, was it not working anymore because they probably had to take it out because there was some heinous chemical that I've been putting on my body for 20, 30 years?
Maybe.
I would say probably,
yeah.
right? Why would they mess with the recipe? It's like KFC would not mess with the original recipe.
Right.
Oh, boy. But there's something in there that they were not using anymore, and all of a sudden... I was brought back to that embarrassing moment when you know you're the smelly kid in class.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bummer. You can't be cruising the halls with confidence.
No.
Did you ever do this one where you had to hold it in?
Yeah, just close your
Nobody
arms.
will ever smell this out of here.
It's not getting out, and you just hold it close. Yeah.
Middle school is battlefield. Did you have a hardest time? And if you think of the elementary, middle, high school, or beyond, was there one that was harder than others?
I feel like middle school probably not.
It's always middle school
Because like my elementary school, you're just kind of getting into your kid age. You're getting all your friends. You're kind of going in. I feel like middle school for me was harder because I feel like everyone's just growing up at that point, and they're just kind of going through everything. And then in high school, you've already gone through it, so you're already there. You're getting your peak. I'd say middle school.
The peak. What about athletics? Were you diving into all that all the time?
Yeah. So I started sports when I was like younger. I played like rec league through elementary school, and then middle school we had sports. So it was like 7th and 8th grade. My middle school is only 7th and 8th grade. I don't know. Vermont sometimes does it weird. So we
Somebody
only
should put that on a T-shirt.
It was like 7th and 8th grade was middle school. My elementary was K through 2. My intermediate school was 3 through 6.
Whoa.
My middle school was 7 and 8, and my high school was 9 through 12. I went to 4 schools.
Yeah, I think that somebody should put that on a T-shirt. Vermont does things weird, but I know that other places do it. I think right here in the great state of New Hampshire, Concord's got a K to 2 situation.
So yeah, I think definitely middle school, just because it's only 2 grades. You are the low end of the totem pole again when you come in at 7th grade. Then you're kind of higher up again at 8th, but then you go back to being the low end at 9 when you switch schools again. So you're just kind of in like a mixed...
It's a battlefield.
Yeah. So, but...
I still think that, 6th grade, for me, growing up, felt like an invincible time. Mm-hmm. Except for that one time where I stole a pack of gum. I didn't give it a whole lot of thought, just being a dummy.
Grabbed it,
put it in my pocket, and later on I'm in the back of the car and pull it out of my pocket on the way to school with confidence throwing in that gum. And my mother says, "Where'd you get that gum?" And it really wasn't until that moment, I think, that I realized, oh boy, that was a bad decision. And shout out to Miss Nelson. She's really... could bring fear into a young man's heart. So we had a moment there, I'm sure, that where I probably was a little upset about my decision, and I was given some opportunity to reflect on that. And what a bummer.
But you learned from it.
Yeah, I learned a bunch. You ever had some thievery as a young person? You broke the law?
No, not stealing. My problem when I was younger was lying about my grades. Which...
Did you ever do the awesome change the thing to a different letter?
tried, not great at it. And my mom and dad clearly found out what grades were, so like the lying wasn't the best choice.
You think you did this on a repeated basis more than one time?
No.
You can remember that you...
No, well, yeah, probably. Numerous times maybe tried to just be like, oh yeah, I know my tests are good. I'm doing my homework. My grades are fine. Wasn't doing homework necessarily. So yeah, I also went through a period of...
What were you doing, Megan, if you weren't doing your homework?
Just watching TV, not just like, or playing sports, not doing anything. And I also went through a time, my high school was very politically formed. If you were good at sports, you didn't really have to be good in the classroom, and they gave you decent grades no matter what. So like my parents would go to parent-teacher conferences, and they will tell you this today, that they would walk in and they would not talk about grades. They would talk about my performance on some sort of athletic level. So
like your English teacher, your parents in there thinking we're going to hear about how Megan is developing linguistically.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, she really crushed on the softball field.
Yeah. Or like last night she scored a goal, and my mom would be like, how's it going in the classroom? I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
She's not great at Spanish, but she's trying.
We're happy that she's happy with
type of thing.
things
Yeah.
outside this classroom.
I did make some in not great choices on just copying and pasting on a paper I had to do from like Google. So plagiarizing, I guess you would call it, and handed it in, and I got caught, and instead of getting like in trouble for it, they just told me it's okay, just redo it, or we'll just give you a decent grade on it. And
this is how different our worlds are. I didn't have Google as an option when I was coming up through the game of education. I did have a bookcase with encyclopedias, A through Z, that you could plagiarize out of. But that would be a silly decision because the language used in an encyclopedia,
yes,
Britannica, at the top of the stairs, was more of a moment of panic when you have to look at, the what is a lilac bush different than another one. I don't remember actually looking that up, but I'm sure that it was in there.
So for like as a teenager, I thought I was right by being able to do that, but adult Megan's...
I don't think that these things still happen today.
Yeah.
Right? That the sports nation takes over, people, priorities. And really think about it, Megan, the whole environment, it's a whole community.
Yeah.
Yes, one thing in the book is important, but also doing this other thing is important.
Yeah, absolutely. Just do it the right way. Don't plagiarize.
Definitely don't plagiarize.
That's where I'm at.
That's against the rules. But in today's world, we're a chatbot away from
anything.
Lots of information.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm gonna push this button because I just had a great idea. That's a lie. I just wanted to push the button. But I think we should mark these buttons.
So you know.
I can't read what that says there. Oh, okay.
It's a bird.
Oh. So that's coming to a theater near you. I want to be able to play with the very... Oh, boy. Hold on. What a great idea that was. What a not great idea. So, like a happy face. And the laughs. And the claps are my favorite. DJ in the house. Oh, boy. All right. Sorry about that. Megan, I don't know if we solved any problems today.
Problems? No.
But did you have fun?
I had a blast.
All right. Well, there we go. It's 30 minutes. We want to stay with her on time. Oh, episode 2 is in the books, friends. We're learning as we go. We hope you enjoyed the show.